Good afternoon. Woo, getting sudden winds out here. Just trying to talk today about Venus and the planet of love and money. And I don't know, most people who do your chart, they'll look at your sun, your rising sign, or your ascendant, and then your moon, especially if you're a woman. And then they'll go to good old Venus, your love and money. And you have to look at the house that it's in. There's 12 houses, like a big piece of pie. And Venus will be in one of those houses. And you have to look to see if it's conjunct any other planet. So for me, here's an example, and just an example, because I don't really like to share other people's charts, although I might start using celebrities because people are fascinated by it. But for me, the Venus is in the 12th house, which is the subconscious. And it's a house ruled by Pisces, and mine is not in Pisces. Mine is in Scorpio. And it's in what is called its fall, its detriment. It's one of the worst possible places it could be, and it was retrograde. The planet Venus was appearing to run backwards in the sky when I was born. So whenever I would get a reading, and it's also conjunct my sun, and my Neptune, and my Mercury, the way I communicate, all in Scorpio, which is considered a stellium. If you have 3 or more planets in one spot, major planets, it would be considered a stellium. So all I remember is people staring at my chart and saying, oh, like, what kind of people do you date? Oh, have you had a date in 3 years? And I remember telling somebody once, I was in college and Frostburg State University, and I was in a sorority, and I don't know, I had a boring-ass Taurus boyfriend that bored the heck out of me, because Taurus is way too slow and steady and predictable for somebody with a Sagittarius rising. I get annoyed, and I can't stand coupon clippers and shoppers and cutting corners. If you want the beer, buy the beer. But anyway, the whole beer. Not we'll share a $2 beer. But anyway, so I remember her telling me, well, what do you think? And I said, I don't think I'll ever get married. I think I'll probably finish college. I'll probably travel, which is a Sagittarius rising thing, travel the globe, and da-da-da-da. And she said, well, I think you're wrong. She said, your 7th house, which rules partnerships, shows Geminis. Do you have any business partners or any roommates or, boyfriends that are Gemini? That's what you need, somebody with a Gemini Venus or a Gemini sun, somebody to keep you active and intellectual and funny and, doing 10 things at once and drive you bonkers. So I ended up 2 years later marrying a man I met during a hurricane who is a Gemini sun, and lived on a sailboat, met him during a hurricane, and got married and had a honeymoon baby a year later. So astrology is a tool to look at what energy can match yours, what vibration can meet yours. Now, it's hard, it takes a long time, and many people will give you many advice, and Cupid can be a real hell on wheels. I've had some real shockers. But if you look at your Venus and you find out, oh, it's fixed and it's in Taurus, and it's in the 7th house of partnership, and Taurus is ruled by beauty in Venus, so you're probably going to get a really, like a banker that's real steady Eddie, and your house is stable, and your routine is stable, and your finances are stable, or money comes to you through that partnership. If you got like a crazy one, like a Gemini in your 7th house, we'll just say in Venus. Gemini Venus people are known to have 2 lovers on a string. They're the one you marry, and they're going to divorce Sally Sue, but they can't find Sally Sue, and 5 years later you're still, married to the mojo, and you don't know where Sally Sue is, and you got no benefits or whatever, or life insurance or health insurance because Sally Sue's missing in action. Gemini Venus to me is risky. It's the women especially. Sometimes there can be 5, 6, 7 marriages depending on where it's placed in the chart. I've seen that before. But the Gemini Venus men are like little charming leprechauns. They're very fun. And it's never dull, never boring. But they can have that thing about, two lovers on a string, or, married to Sue, but they live in Canada with Sally type thing. But anyway, look where your Venus is in your chart. It's your love and your money, what house it's in. And if anybody has 12th house planets, feel free to contact me. My email is margorowe8 at gmail.com. And have a great day.